Hello guys, welcome back to Honey Hands Kitchen. I hope you're doing well. Well guys, it's been a minute, but I'm back with another simple and delicious recipe. This is garden egg stew, so just stay with me and let's just go ahead. So with this, I have my garden eggs that I've washed and cut into like two basically, just to help it cook faster. And then I've added my water, so I just put it on fire for it to cook. But whilst we do this, I have some Kobe that I would like to flake some. So this one I've washed. I'm using this much because I just want to flake it and take the bones out or those things out. So basically that's why it's much. So what I've done is I use the kettle to boil water, and then I pour it on the Kobe. I will then cover it and then allow it to soften it a little bit so it's easier for me to flake. Basically that is it. So if you can see, I've just covered it and then I'll set it aside. So now my garden eggs is ready for me to grind. So guys, I always recommend using asanka because trust me, even though we don't have time, the traditional way of cooking makes it more delicious. So that's why I like using the asanka, but you can blend if you don't have access to this asanka or apotoyua. So the first thing that I grind is my pepper, and then I'll add some onions. Garden eggs taste so well with onions, so try and add as many as you can, but don't let it overpower the whole dish. So if you can see, as you can see guys, now I've grinded the onion, and you can see that I'm not even making it very smooth because it's a vegetable stew. So I like to have a little bit of chunks in it so that when I'm eating, it tastes better like this. So now I'm grinding my garden eggs stew, but you can see that I didn't allow the garden eggs to cool because garden eggs is actually a thickener. So if you allow it to cool, it becomes very thick. So you try and grind it a bit warm like I was doing, and then when you are done, the water that you use to boil your garden eggs, you can just pour some to soften it when it becomes a little bit thicker. But at the end of the day, this is how it's supposed to be, and I will just set this one aside so that we can continue with the stew. Guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please join this family. Hit the subscribe button, join this family, leave a comment, like, share my videos, and I'll be bringing you more simple but delicious recipes. So I have my palm oil. What I've added now is my momone. Trust me guys, if you are here in Ghana, you know momone is the one delicious help when it comes to cooking. It can actually turn every meal into something delicious, except that you don't want it. So I'll just fry the momone or salted fish for some time before I'll add my onions. So now you can see that I'm adding my onions, and the aroma here guys, you will be very amazed. The aroma is just perfect. So you stir it for some time. What it is you do not allow the onions to fry for a longer time, because you obviously want to add your Kobe to it so that it will give it flavor. Normally if you are even frying fish, sometimes you can cut onions and then fry it with the fish to give it flavor. So that is why at this point I'm just adding the Kobe into it. Guys, forgive me for the background noise, but I just had to do this video in the car outside, so forgive me for it. So basically I'll just add my Kobe. This is the one that I washed but I did not flake. So like I mentioned, this is the one that I did not flake it. So this one I've added it to the onions to continue to give it a very good aroma, and then I will add the flaked ones now. So you can see this is how much I got from flaking the Kobe. I normally do this because I like to eat it without too much bones or whatever that is called in there. So basically what I'm doing is I'm stirring it. Guys, I really went through it making this video because at the end of the day I lost some of the footage. So I tried making this I tried to remake this stew, and then I had to just quickly add the footage to get the full video. So after you've added the Kobe and the flaked ones, you just add your garden eggs. So now that's basically all that I'm doing. I'm just adding my garden eggs, but you can see that I've not added any sort of spice or salt to this, because Kobe alone with momone is enough salt for you. So basically that's why I've not added anything. So after you've added your garden eggs, and then you taste for salt, and the salt is not enough, this is like a quarter size of a shrimp tablet that I just added. So you can just add a little bit of that, because salt already, probably because of the Kobe and then the momone is already in the stew. So I just decided to add a quarter size of a shrimp tablet to it, and then I washed my asanka and added it to the stew. Like I always say, garden eggs is a thickener, so always try to make it light, so that when the food or when the stew cools down a little bit, it won't become too hard for you to eat, you know. So basically that's why I just rinse it, and then I like it also lighter. So around this time, now it's been on fire for about a minute or two, I decided to add more onions to, you know, to have some crunch when you are eating the stew, guys. Hey, all this talking, please, you guys, please subscribe to my channel. But I always say I thank my subscribers. The kind of love you guys show me, it's amazing, and I really appreciate it, that you make time. In today's world, it's so busy out there, but you still make time and watch my videos, like and comment. Some even give me words of encouragement, and I really appreciate it. So I'm now adding a mackerel, or mackerel basically. What mackerel does is the juice or the tomato sauce that come with it. It really does a trick with the Kobe. That's one thing I've realized. When you add mackerel to any Kobe dish, it becomes very delicious. So that's why I opted for mackerel. The one I used in this video is called Enapa mackerel in Ghana. So you can try any other mackerel that you know it tastes good. So basically, guys, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and please come again for another video. Love